Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Dinkar and I welcome you all in this session. I hope everybody is feeling healthy, fine and great. I hope now the issues of problem related to audio has been solved. Please, if that is solved, please let me know in the chat box guys, because if you are able to just hear me properly, please let me know in my chat box. Please let me know guys. Okay, fine. Okay, let me check. So we will be starting with our lecture, and sorry for the delay today because some technical problem has happened today, and really sorry for that. So again, welcome you again in this session of Olive Board, and as you all know that in the Monday session we always discuss about the basics of our economy, where we are running this important series regarding for all the examination, but it is especially for RBI Grade B examination, and since it is a very important series related to your examination, because those people who are just a new joinee in this whole examination world related to any of the regulatory bodies, for them understanding regarding the basics of economy is very important. Okay, so that's why we have created this series especially for all those people. Okay, and it's very important for you to understand the things like from where we have started with our economy and how we are going to running about all our things related to our economy. So we have already completed around 15 lecture in this series, and we are today are going to discuss one of the important aspects related to food security. Okay, so let's start with our food security today, and I hope everybody might be knowing regarding the food security, right? So we will be discussing regarding the food security, and various aspects related to food security we will be discussing today. uh, most of the people might be knowing what is food security and food is insecurity, but there are various dimensions related to this. So before going further, so let me welcome all of our friends: Brightside, Lalit, Akriti, Rakesh. Welcome everyone to the session. Good to see you all. That you are always regular in the session. And again, just wanted to remind you that at 9 p.m. We will be having one more session today. That will be regarding our ethics portion. We are doing that 100-day series, so I request you everybody to join at that time also. Okay, so now start with our lecture right away. So what is food? Normally there are various definitions that has been given by various uh, uh, people in the world of economics. So in 1970s, food security was understood as availability at all the time of adequate supply of basic foodstuff, and that has been given by our United Nation in 1975. Okay, and Amrita Sen, who is also a Nobel laureate from our country, has added a new dimension to the food security, and they emphasize that access to food through what he called as entitlements, a combination of what can produce, exchange in the market along with the state or other socially provided supply. So here he has given some more technical knowledge regarding the food security, but right now we will be not indulging in that type of technicalities over here. So we will be discussing just the basics. Okay, because this theory, this whole series is based on basics, so we will be just going regarding the basics. So this is what exactly what is food security as per us. Food security means availability, accessibility and affordability of the food to all the people at all time. Okay, so food security means availability, accessibility and affordability of food to all the people at all time, right? Now, so food is an essential part of our living, as the air we breathe, as the water we drink. So that's why food is also an essential part of our living. Okay, so but food security means something more than getting 2 squares of meal. It is not like that you are getting a meal, then you will be called as a food secure person, or you do not have issue with the food. So food security means something totally different. Eating food is something different and getting nutritional food is something different. So here we will be talking about both the aspects of that. Okay, so food security has the following dimensions. So this is the dimensions. So first of all is the availability. That means the food should be available in a good quantity so that it can be available to each and every one. Okay, then food should be accessible. That means accessibility of the food. Wherever the people are living in our country, they should easily access the food at any place. Okay, it should not be like that they have to keep on roaming here and there and they are not able to find the proper shops to get the food and all those things. And at the last, we should look for the affordability is like at what price the people are getting the food. Okay, so that is why we have talked about inflation. Earlier in the other classes, we have talked about inflation, because due to inflation, food inflation, some of the people are not able to buy the proper food and proper nutritional food. So that's why we have to make sure that proper affordability should happen. As you all know that only few people are there who are in the rich category or under the upper middle level classes, but middle classes and the lower classes and the poor classes are much affected by our inflation. Okay, all of a sudden, if there is a 20-30% rise in the prices of the food, so it will be difficult for a person to buy that food. Okay, so that is why we have a three dimension: availability, food accessibility, and affordability. Before when we got an independence after the 20-30 years, we have decided on a policy that we will be making our India food secure and everything. Many policies have come, but we are not able to get the proper food, and we are importing our food. We were importing our food from outside. Generally from US under the PL 480 legislation. Okay, so I think where I have heard that under that red color wheat comes for our people to eat. So this is the people from of our country are getting the food from outside, and this is the most embarrassing situation which any country can have. Okay, that means they have to import the food for their own population. Okay, so we have to make sure that whenever we whatever what type of population we have, we should be self sufficient in food. So availability, accessibility, and affordability are much needed. Okay, so what food security is ensured in a country when enough food is available for all the person, and all the person have a capacity to buy all the food of acceptable quality. It is not like that you are going to buy a very poor quality of food. Okay, no, acceptable quality of food you are able to buy, and there is no barrier in access. Okay, most of the people who are living in the uh, uh, remote areas of our country, those who are stuck by a natural disaster, or those who are the social segment of our countries are there, like SC, ST, OBC people. So they normally face barrier during access to food. Okay, so we have to make sure that there should be no barrier, proper capacity. The person should have to buy a acceptable quality of food, and there should be enough food in our country, right? So if you wanted to become a leader in the world, first of all, you have to make sure that your country is self sufficient in food production, right? Now, so why food security is essential? Why we are talking about that? Okay, so first of all, it will help in boosting the agriculture sector. Yes, because right now still our agriculture is employing more than 50% of our population. Okay, then for having a control over the food prices, so we have to grow the things in such a quantity that the it should be in more and more quantities, because if you are creating something more and more quantities, the prices remain less. So if there is any shortage of the food products, automatically the prices goes up. Everybody knows about this concept. Okay, so then for economic growth and job creation leading to poverty reduction. Okay, food security help in the poverty reduction, because once the people are food secure, they will start working more and more, they will have a healthy body, and because of that they will work, and because of their work they will be come out of the poverty. Okay, it will also help in the trade opportunities. We can do trade with other countries, African nations and various other nation. Okay, so right now we are also still doing the trade with various other nation under various other agreements. Okay, then for increased global security and stability. Okay, then for improved health and healthcare. Okay, so first of all, this has to be maintained, and after that everything can all work, right? Now, what is food insecurity? How this food insecurity comes? Sometimes it is because the people are not able to buy. Okay, but sometimes when the country faces natural disaster calamities like earthquake, drought, flood, tsunami, widespread failure of the crops happens. Okay, it causes famine. Okay, so how this food security is affected during a calamity? Whenever the calamity is stuck, okay, like anything happened like drought, all of a sudden there is drought has happened. Okay, so the food production will go down, because the crops will not grow, because they have not received any proper water and all those things. The food grains, the production of food grains will go down. Okay, and because of that it create a shortage of food in the affected area, and if any shortage is there, automatically the prices for that goods goes up. The prices for that goods goes up, and at the higher prices, when the prices go higher and higher, some people cannot afford to buy the food, and this situation led to starvation. Starvation means that people are not able to buy the food for themselves, so it led to the starvation. And if any massive starvation take place, if a massive starvation take place, it led to a famine. Okay, so starvation leads to the famine, right? Now, so what is a famine? A famine is characterized by a widespread death due to the starvation and epidemics caused by the forced use of contaminated water or the decaying food, and the loss of body resistance due to weakening from the starvation. Okay, so this is a normal definition of a famine. That means it is a widespread death that happens because of the contaminated water or a decaying food item, or your body has lost resistance to fight against the diseases because you have not eaten such a nutritious food, and because of that you are starving for food, and once your body is not getting proper nourishment, body will not able to fight back. Okay, so it led to the widespread diseases, and you should know this: the most devastating famine that has happened in India was happened in Bengal in 1943 during the British rule. Okay, around 3 million, 30 lakhs people is like 3 million peoples have died in the province of Bengal. So this was the very shocking incident that has took place in the Bengal. Right now, who is affected more by this famine? Normally agricultural people. Okay, then labor, fishermen, transport workers, those who are working over here, workers and other casual labor, traditional artisans, providers of traditional services, petty self-employed people, self-employed workers, and destitutes like widows, and various other peoples like your orphans and beggars and etc. So these are the people who are mostly affected by the various type of mm, like food insecurity. Okay, then even when we talk about the food insecurity, there are certain segment of the people who are getting more and more affected by the rest of the people. Okay, so the social composition also plays an important role in making this situation more and more worse. Like the composition with an inability to buy the foods and also play a role in the insecurity. Okay, the SC, ST, and some section of the OBC who have either poor or landless land base or very low and land productivity are prone to the food insecurity. Okay, in our country, this is the major social composition, and everything has been divided based on the social composition, and we have to decide like which people are much more prone to move into the situation of food insecurity, and food insecurity lead to starvation, and starvation sometimes leads to famine. Okay, now do guys let me go after going for before going further, please let me know if you have any doubts or anything, just let me know, okay, in the chat box only. I'll here to answer. Okay, so who is affected more by a famine? We are just going along this topic only. A high incidence of malnutrition prevails among the women, because women are also uh, important part who are not getting the proper nourishment, even like in the rural areas. It still happens like if you have a if like if a family is there, a family of five people are there, in which one father and one mother and three children are there, two are girls and one is boy. So the father mostly tries to help the boy, provide all the nutrition to the boy, and let the girls remain undernourished. Okay, so still in the rural areas this situation is still prevailing, because father thinks that the boy will help him out in the near future, but the girls will go to their own families after they are getting married. Okay, so high incidence of malnutrition happens among the women, so this is a matter of serious concern, and it put even a unborn baby at a risk of malnourishment. So if any woman is there who is under the malnutrition, it is the there is a risk that his child is also going to be malnourished, and the development of the child brain and body will not be as required by the during the type of birth. Okay, so a large proportion of the pregnant and the nursing mother and children are under the age of 5 years constitute important segment of food insecure population. Okay, so this is that. Now some statistics are there. National Family Health Survey 5 data shows that one out of three children uh, below 5 years are stunted or underweight. So what does that stunted means? That means having been prevented from growing or developing properly. Okay, so if you can see in this image, that child, you can see it's very small, but his stomach is getting like you cannot find that a proper healthy baby is getting born. Okay, maybe child was getting the meal, but exactly a balanced meal, what we called it as a balanced meal, the child is not getting. Balanced meal is something where we provide all the proper nutritions to the child. Okay, it is not like that you provide two square of meal, two times rice or two time wheat you are providing, only chapatis you are providing, or only rice you are providing. No, you have to provide them with vitamins and minerals. So vitamins and minerals are utilized in meats, in your eggs, in your milk, and various other vegetables are there. Okay, so that is why poors are more prone, because sometimes if the prices of the vegetables goes up, automatically the poors are not able to buy the vegetables. Okay, so that is why even right now, if you can see that elections are going on, and every people are talking about there was too much of inflation that has happened during the government and all those things. Everywhere you can hear these kinds of words. Okay, so and malnourishment is refers to an unbalanced diet. So here some of the so people normally ask me, sir, what is the meaning of malnutrition and undernutrition? Malnutrition means unbalanced diet. That means you are getting a diet, but it is unbalanced. Okay, you are excessively eating something, but you are leaving behind something else. Okay, and undernutrition mean refers to the deficiency of nutritions. You're not getting vitamins, you're not getting minerals. Okay, and all those things, right? Now, so what are the some of the areas which are affected in our country. So food insecure people, they are very large throughout our country, and there are huge areas, from the starting of the independence, the area was much more, because in the rural area most of the people, if you can see, they are highly malnourished or undernourished. Okay, so but slowly that trend has changed, and some other various government programs has taken in control in order to check care of all these things. Okay, so normally the economical weekly states, there are where the huge incidence of poverties are there. So also there is a huge chance of people are getting undernourished, and the tribals and the remote areas region which are more prone to natural disaster, where flood can happen, where drought can happen, or anything can happen. Okay, so states of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, and some part of Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, these are accounts for the largest number of food insecure people in our country. Okay, uh, just 1 minute. Okay, then hunger. Then comes the topic of hunger. What is this hunger? Okay, so hunger is an other aspects indicating food insecurity. Okay, so there are two types of hunger. Hunger can be your chronic, or hunger can be your seasonal. Okay, chronic hunger is a consequence of diet persistently inadequate. Okay, that is chronic. That means you are not getting a proper diet, and it's very inadequate. Okay, and you are not even getting the proper quality, and you are not getting the proper quantity. Okay, so normally those people who suffer from this chronic hunger is because of their low income. And the second type of hunger is a seasonal hunger, because it happens whenever some season changes are there. Like it normally the season changes is related to labors or farmers farmers, because farmers have a very small role. Like for 4 months, for 6 to 7 months they have work in the fields. For after that 3 to 4 months they don't have the work. So actually they are the seasonal hunger, and that 3 to 4 month, whether they will get the food or not, proper food or not, that depends on that. Okay, so that is called seasonal hunger. Okay, so what are the measure that has been taken after independence? So there are various policy maker, उन्होंने they have already done various other measures they have taken. They have tried to make sure that we will attain sufficiency in each and everything in the food grains. Okay, so first of all, whatever the name comes in our mouth is like regarding the green revolution. Okay, the green revolution, here we have utilized high yielding variety of seeds, then pesticides, then all the things, and everything we have utilized in order to make sure that India became self sufficient in food production. Okay, so after the proper success of food production, Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister of India, was so impressed by the success of Green Revolution that she has released a special stamp entitled Wheat Revolution in July 1968. Followed by slowly we have also started White Revolution. Okay, which was initiated by Operation Flood. Okay, where we wanted to increase the production of the milk. Okay, to liquid milk production, and making India the market largest producer of the milk. Okay, now what are the concerns? What are the concerns regarding the food security? Why we are talking about the food security today? We are talking regarding food security because we have a largest number of undernourished people in our country. Chronic under nutrition and stunning is huge in our country. Agriculture productivity is extremely low. Agriculture productive mean, since our lands are fragmented, our lands are fragmented, because of that the per unit area of production is very low. So that is why agriculture productivity is low. Then composition of food basket is increasingly getting shifted away. Earlier we were talking about wheat, rice, and other pulses and all things. Now the people are looking regarding meat, eggs, and vegetables, and various other things. So this composition of the food basket is also shifting from one time to other time. Okay, now more and more things are required in order to be properly nourished and all those things. Then India has the 76th rank out of 113 countries as per the Global Food Security Index in 2018, which is a very bad number as per our country. Is there. Then Global Hunger Index of 2000, India has been ranked 103rd of 119 qualifying countries. So as you can see that we have a very bad rank regarding the food security in our country. Okay, so what are the some of the challenges which are related to our food security? How what all the things which prevent all these food security and issue? First of all, the climate change is happening at a very fast pace. Everywhere right now we can see that too much of events which are happening throughout the world right now. Anytime rain can take place. Monsoon failure are happening, right? Monsoon failures are happening right now in my place. What has happened was that right now there was the time of ripening of the wheat. All of a sudden there was rain, and because all the crop has gone destroyed because of that, and there was a lack of access to the remote areas. That means uh, we don't know where people, how much people, where they are living, so it is very difficult for us to reach to the remote areas and providing them with the proper uh, food to all these peoples. Okay, then rural urban migration is taking in a huge number, and because of that we have to make sure that proper in the urban area, the people who have migrated to urban area, they should have a proper food. Then overpopulation is one of the cause. Poverty, lack of education, and gender equality, all these are some of the causes. Then inadequate distribution of food through PDS. As you all know that India, we have a PDS system. Okay, for the PDS system we will be discussing afterward. Okay, then huge corruptions is there under this whole system. Because of that, the proper amount of food and all those things do not reaches to the people at a proper time. Okay, then conflicts are happening. Conflicts like wars are happening, and as you all know that during I think World War I and World War II, what has happened is that in order to make sure that enemies do not use your crop for eating, so the people have started burning their crop in order to make sure that they should not move forward, because they were eating their only food and they are moving to in the forward direction. So food can be used as a weapon against the enemy sometimes. Okay, and then nutrition programs have to be much more successful, because nutrition program has to be properly targeted. They have to be make proper monitoring should happen, and proper implementation should happen. Then so this policies, nutrition policies, have to be done in a proper way. Now, what are the government efforts that has taken government in this whole process? So first of all, government has started with national food security mission. Okay, it is a centrally sponsored scheme in 2007, and the main aim is to increase the production of rice, wheat, pulses, oats, cereals, and etc. Then the main objective is to expand the area and productivity enhancement. That was the main aim of this. Then after that, we have Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. Okay, this is again initiated in 2007. Then it was got converted into centrally sponsored scheme. Okay, and also with 100% central assistance. Again, that has been renamed as Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, remunerative approach for agriculture allied sector rejuvenation, RKVY Raftar. Okay, so here we wanted to make the farming more and more remunerative, acting through a strengthening the farmer effort to avoid the risk and promote agriculture business in a proper way. Okay, then here some more things are there, like National Nutrition Mission, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, livestock. So these are some of the important area where we are targeting in order to make sure that we are focusing on each and every aspects, not only on the cereals but also on various vegetables, livestock, and everything, so that we will become more and more food secure country throughout the world, and we can also provide a proper food requirement to each and every uh, people of our country. Hmm. Hmm. Just one minute. Just one minute. Sorry, today I have a little. Sorry for that. Okay, so government efforts have been there. So these are some of the government effort: ISO bombs and Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, e-market scheme, midday meal scheme, Anganwadi system, then subsidies on the green, food fortification, like you are fortifying the food with various minerals and metals and all those things. Okay, then National Food Act is there. National Food Security Act 2013 was there. Okay, then some of the international organizations, those who are working regarding the food security, is World Food Program, then Food and Agriculture Organizations. Okay, now some of other initiative that has been taken, like in 2012, Zero Hunger Challenge has been taken under the Rio plus 20 World Challenge on Sustainable Development. Okay, so this main aim was to inspire global movement towards the world free from hunger. Okay, then Sustainable Development Goal, everybody knows that this is a Sustainable Development Goal which says that we have to end hunger by 2030 to achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Now, what steps recently have been taken regarding, in order to make sure that we should have a proper food security, is like biotechnology has been improved, communicate community education, we have to communicate the education people, educate the people regarding various type of practices and all those things. Then we have to improve the size of the farm in order to increase the productivity of the farm. Then aeroponics and hydroponics, these are the two techniques which are used that allow plants to grow without the soil. Okay, as you all know that you have seen that the plants, and so they are growing on the water, because in the water we are mixing all the minerals, so that based on that the plants will grow. Then where crops and techniques will lower water requirements, such as rice intensification, crop diversification, we are doing at the same place. We are growing too many crops, and so that we can just avoid any kind of issues. Then after that, blue revolution is also running regarding that. Then after that, now we have to see regarding food security in India. Okay, so as you all know that since advent of the green revolution in 1970s, we have avoided famine. So after 1943, since 1943, there was no issue of famine that has happened in India, and India has become self-sufficient in the food grain in the last 30 years, because we are growing variety of crops all over where. Okay, even in the worst condition, also even in the adverse weather condition, we have so much of grain that we are also exporting it. Okay, so in order to make sure that India remain in a food secure system, we have created a two component. One is buffer stock and another is public distribution system. Okay, so buffer stock, what is the buffer stock? Is that buffer stock is that something it's like we are stocking the food grain like rice and wheat, and put it in the godowns of Food Corporation of India. Okay, at a pre-announced price, that is in a MSP. Okay, it can be utilized during the time of any calamity, or any time of whenever there is a price rise is happening. So government will release some of the from the buffer stock in order to make sure that the prices go down. Okay, so the MSP is declared by the government every year before the sowing, so that, and it also incentivizes the farmer to raise the production of these crops. So more the more MSP, like if you are, like earlier, if you are getting 750 for per ton of wheat, then government say this year I will give 1900. So more and more farmer will start growing wheat. Okay, so government has also to government also has to make sure that they should also try to provide MSP for various other crops also, so that there should be more diversification can happen. Okay, now, so this is done normally. This whole is done in order to distribute food grain in the deficit area. So buffer stock is normally, and PDS is normally created in order to distribute in the deficit area. Okay, this is also help resolve the problem of shortage whenever any adverse condition happens. Okay, so how this why we are, what is this PDS system is all about? Okay, so whatever the food is procured by the FCI. Okay, it is distributed to by the government through government controlled ration shop. ration shop. Okay, so this is called public distribution system. So every month people has to go there and they will get the required amount of food from the ration shop at a very subsidized rate. Okay, so right now around 5.5 lakhs ration shops are there in the India. Okay, so ration shop are also called fair price shopping, and they keep of the food stock and grains, cooking oils and everything. Right now I think kerosene has been removed from there. Okay, so these items are sold to the people at a price lower than the market price. So any family which is having a ration card, so they can go and show their ration card, and based on that they can get the grains at a subsidized rate, only particular amount. Okay, so there are some kind of ration cards are there, like Antodeya card for the poorest of the poor people, BPL card for those who are below poverty line, and there are some of the people who are APL for all others. Okay, so normally this ration system is not new for our world. It has been dated back to 1940 only, against the backdrop of the Bengal famine. Okay, in order to make sure that this problem doesn't happen again, so that is why we have started with this ration system. Okay, and the ration system was reviewed in the wake of the acute food shortage during 1960. So 1960 also there was a huge shortage that has happened. So because huh, huh. Now after that we have some of the thing, like three important food, that is three important food intervention we have done, like PDS system we have done, then ICDS, then food for work we have done, and we have also used many poverty alleviation program we have done. And we have also, the main thing right now we are running is National Food Security Act. That is here this act provide food and nutritional security to at an affordable price and life with a dignity. Here under this 75% of the rural population and 50% of the urban population is covered under this. Okay, so right now our PDS system is running in a proper way. Earlier it was a normal PDS system, it is for universal, and then later in 1992 it has been revamped PDS system. Then after in 1997 it became a targeted PDS system, that is targeting poor in all areas. So this is how our PDS system is changing. Now there are some in further 2000 a new two special scheme has been launched for the PDS, like Antodeya Anna Yojana and Annapurna scheme, especially for senior citizens and poorest of the poor people. Okay, so what are the important features of PDS? Why we are talking about the features? It because it stabilizes the prices, and it is instrumental in averting the widespread hunger, so that hunger and famine doesn't happen. Okay, price are being under revision for various, so proper prices are there for the poor people. Okay, so the system including the minimum support price and procurement has contributed to increase in the food grain. So when we talk about the MSP, it leads to the increase in the food grain production. Now some people have also criticized the PDS system because still after so much of year there is a huge prevalent of hunger is there. Okay, even whatever the buffer stock we are having, it is getting uh, very undesirable and can be wasteful sometimes, and it is being eaten by the rats or somebody else. Okay, and if you are storing such a massive stock, so it carries a very high cost, wastage and deterioration of the grain quality. Then various other things are there, various malpractices are happening. Okay, margin selling, people who are working in a government ration shop, they are not providing the proper quality of food to the people, and they are making that thumb to sell in the main market. So because of that, people are not getting good quality of food, and they are only getting the bad quality food. Okay, so sometimes in the ration shop only they are regularly have unsold stock and poor quality left grain. Leakages in the PDS systems are there. Storage is a main problem, and quality of the food grain is also a main problem. Okay, so these are some of the sustainable goals which have to be achieved before 2030. Okay, so as per sustainable goal 2030, we have to achieve zero hunger. So end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. Okay, so as per the whole world, 821 million people, like 1 in 9 people are undernourished. Okay, and 227.2 million undernourished are there in South Asia only. So what is there in the India scenario? In India, 3 in 10 people are stunted children are India. 53% women between 15 to 49 years are anemic. Uh, then over 80% infant young children do not get minimum dietary diversity, and over 40% of the total Indian workforce is employed in the agriculture sector only. It is more than that, more than 40% is there. So okay, so if global food process double in India could lose up to uh, 49 in GDP. So that's why India has to make sure that India has to go and make sure that India became more and more sustainable in their agriculture practices. Okay, so now we have reached to a conclusion for this whole session. Like we have to make sure that we have to avoid starvation at any cost, and at the same time we have to make sure that everybody should be secure by proper nutrient. They are getting proper food to eat and proper nourishment they are getting. Okay, so how it can be done? It's like proper implementation and proper monitoring of the schemes can happen. Okay, even the PDS system has to be monitored in a proper way. Okay, make sure that you have an enhanced productivity by looking for the land reforms and various other things, and it will also help in providing income generation to the people and improving the nutritional value and nutritional advice through home economic programs. So this requires a whole community level improvement, because the government will do on their own work, and the community has to do on their own work. Once the community and the government start working all together, we will have a food secure world. We will have a food secure world. Okay, so this is very important. If you really wanted to work in other fields, first of all make sure that you have a food security in your own country. Okay, guys, we have done for today. Anybody has any kind of issues, please let me know, guys. Anybody who has any kind of issues, please let me know. Else we will be meeting at 9 p.m., guys, at with a new topic. Okay, the PDF of these and the, okay, Akriti is asking, sir, may we get the PDF of these and RBI descriptive class notes, as quite a large number of classes is already completed. If I try to write it myself to end up by completing just 5 classes. Oh, no, no, no. I see, Akriti, I never get angry. Okay. Whenever people ask me something, I just feel very happy that they have think me as their own and they have asked me something. But Akriti, first of all, let me tell you that if you really want these things, see, this series is free of cost there that we are running. Okay, so that means it's just like that we cannot share any kind of PPT to with anybody. Okay, because this is the copyright of our Oliveboard. Okay, so until and unless Oliveboard tells me to share the slides, because after the work is done, I have to send all the slides to the Oliveboard. So if you wanted to really want to get these slides, you have to join our courses. Okay, so you can choose any kind of courses as per your requirement, but it's I am really sorry that I cannot share the slides with all of you. Really sorry for that. Anybody else has any issues? Thanks, Lalit. Thank you so much. Anybody else has any kind of issues right now? Thank you so much, Akriti. I hope you understand my position also, and uh, I hope you understand the things. So 9 p.m. We will be meeting again, guys. I hope you like the session, and please let me know also, like whether you are liking the series or not, because these are the things which we are running free of cost, just in order to make sure that you understand the things in a proper way. Even 100 day series also we are running free of cost. So we will be needing some of the reviews regarding that. So please write something in the comment box, so that we also get motivated, and it just feel like that you are all with all of us. Okay, so please let us know by writing in the comment box also, guys. Thank you so much, guys. See you at again at 9 p.m. Till then, never forget to like, subscribe and follow. Happy learning, guys. Thank you so much.